Hello students, welcome back. So let's continue with the rest of the assignment A. So here we have part 6, right? Just a simple loop. Now we're going to really try to use the loop, okay? And want the Python to just count to 20. So what I can do is, one of the way to do it is for number in range. Now, what is this again? So range is a function that we can use to say, okay, I just want you to grab these numbers from certain number to another number. But just like slicing, right? When I say from 1, comma, and 21 here, it doesn't actually go until 21. It stops at 20, and when it reaches 21, it stops, right? Just like when we do slicing, the second number after the semicolon, actually we don't hit that one, but we start from the first one. So it works in the same idea. So in this case, it will start counting from 1, and you actually stop at 20. So let's try. There you go, it start at 20. Okay, feel free to try different numbers and see how it goes. Simple, right? Now, part 7, right? Summing a million. So this is where computers are better than human because we can keep adding stuff until a million, but it takes a long time to do that. Computer does it really quickly. They can sum to a million very quickly. So first of all, I'm going to make a list of numbers from 1 to 1 million, right? Then use min and max. Well, we will to make sure that the list actually start at one end of the million. So what we do is this. Let's see, right? So first of all, I can create a num list. Num list is simply means number list, okay? And then I just put the open and close square bracket. So what this does is that num list straight away create a empty list. So I have a list, but there's nothing inside. Then I'm going to start populating. How to populate? I can go for number in the range from 1 to 1,000,001, right? 1,000,001. So why 1,000,001? Because I will hit 1,000,001, I'll stop at 1,000,000. So we know that now the number here will just keep going from 1, 2, 3, 4 until 1,000,000. And for each of these number, I'm going to append it, right? We learned append earlier in the previous video. So we append it to the num list. So after I do this, right? My starting number is going to be 0. Now my ending number, the last number is actually, I can actually put index -1 because how Python works is I go -1 is actually the last element, right? -2 is the last second, -3, and I can actually do this, right? And I can actually sum the entire list by using this function called sum num list. So let's run this, right? So my starting number is 1, my ending number is 1,000,000. If I were to sum them up, this is the value. Okay. Now there's two more functions that I want to introduce: the min and the max. So how do I use the min and the max? Another way to, it goes down here, I actually use the index, right? If I don't want to use the index, okay, I can actually go maybe sn for starting number or snum, right? And I can just go minimum, and then I go num list. So what it does is that it will go into the num list, find the smallest value inside this list, which will be 1 because that's the way we create the list. And snum will now be the number 1. And I'm going to do enum for ending number, right? And I'm going to go max num list. So now what happened is, instead of using this, okay, I can replace this with snum. And I can replace this with enum. And I will do exactly the same thing. So what min and max does is that it goes into the list and look for the smallest one for min and the largest one for max. Very useful function, right? There are many occasions when we actually use this. So if I run this, I get the same result, right? So that's the introducing the min and max for you. Okay. So next, part 8. Odd number. Use the third argument of the range to make a list of odd number. So what is the third argument? So down here I have a function range, right? These values inside, they are called arguments. So the first argument give me the starting number. The second argument tells me where to stop, right? The third one tells me the jump. So what it means is that when I put 2 here, by default, it will just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until 20. But if I put the 2 there, means after my first number 1, I will jump 2 spaces, right? 1, then I'll skip 2, then go 3. So that will be my next number. Then I jump 2 again. So if I put 3 here, it will be 1. Then I skip 2, it becomes 2, 3, becomes 4, right? Yeah, I can jump. So this tells me how much to jump, how much to skip. basically. So for odd number, I just need to skip this and I print it. So let's see what happens. There we go. All the odd numbers are here, right? And finally, the last example I have for you, a number raised to the third power is called a cube. We know that from mathematics. So for example, the cube of 2 is written now in Python, the exponential, right? The power, we use it with a double hexagonal. So 2 hexagonal 3 has the same meaning as 2 to the power 3 in mathematics. So we make a list of the first 10 cubes. So we can just again use for number in the range 1 to 11, right? Why 11? Because 11 won't come out. I just stop at 10. So this is from 1 to 10. For each of these number, I will cube it by putting a hexagonal 3. So let's run this. There we go. The first 10 perfect cubes. Right? So hopefully this video has been helpful for you. Happy learning, happy Pythoning. Have a nice day.